Okay, so I'm having this major issue on CSR2 when I try and get into a race or change cars or anything. It goes into this loading screen and sometimes I'm stuck here for 5 or 6 minutes. If I do just the smallest thing, and this is happening on the emulators. It's BlueStacks, Nox, memu. I've tried them all. Alright, I've been playing CSR2 on these emulators for over a year now, and I've never had an issue until that last big update. That last update we had a couple weeks ago, this has started happening on the emulator. Alright, all the other games I play on the emulator still work fine. It's only CSR2, but it's starting to become unplayable. I mean, who wants to sit here for 5 or 6 minutes stuck on a loading screen just every time you have to do anything? Alright, this game keeps getting more broken and more broken. I don't know if anybody happens to have any ideas. I mean, I've tried performance on all of the different settings. I've tried OpenGL, I've tried DirectX. So whatever they did on this last update really messed things up. Alright, so these are really the only settings I have. So there's nothing I can change on the emulator that's going to change this performance. Everything I've changed so far, as far as the graphics settings and all that stuff goes, it doesn't make any difference. It still sits here and it loads in and it loads in and it loads in. Alright, I was already here for about 2 minutes before I even started this video. I decided, you know what, I'm going to open my recorder and record this. Now, I'm just trying to get in and do a race. I mean, I went to the little restriction trial or whatever it was, hit race, and here it is loading in. I mean, it's really to the point where it's pretty much unplayable on my PC anymore. I don't think it's the PC, alright? I mean, if I get my little monitor up here, I can monitor what everything's using. You know, the memory usage is pretty high. Oh, there, it finally loaded in. I mean, that took forever. So let's try and change cars. I'm just going to go to my garage here, and I'm going to pick a different car. Let's go ahead and pick this one for the heck of it. Let's see if this thing loads in forever between car changes again. It usually does. So I don't know, maybe somebody has some sort of idea on how to fix this thing. Because this is getting really, really old. I mean, I've uninstalled the game and reinstalled it. Okay, that was weird. Everything just turned black for a second. I've never seen that happen before. I wonder if that's going to show up in the recording. And I'm not playing on a cheap computer either. I've got a really nice Asus gaming computer. It's getting pretty old, but it still runs everything just fine, except for CSR2. I mean, I can play Call of Duty games just fine. I can play pretty much anything I want just fine, but I can't seem to play CSR2. Still stuck on this loading screen. I mean, what's going on here that's causing all this problems? I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, all I'm trying to do is change cars here, and it goes into this. And I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. They just keep making this game worse and worse and worse. More problems and more problems and more problems. I mean, that's all that ever happens is issue after issue on this thing. It's like they can't just fix the game, but they can sure start making new updates and new cars and stuff, and it seems like every time they make a big update, the game gets worse. They just keep breaking it more and more, and they don't ever fix it. I mean, what are they doing? I don't get it. I really don't. Still loading. Still loading. I mean, this really gets old. That's all I can tell you. It gets real old. I mean, look at this. Look at this. All I did was try and change cars. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. Still loading. Still loading. Unbelievable. Can't even play the game anymore. Finally, look at that. Look at that. How long did that take? Unreal, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video. No, I don't want an upgrade. So I'm gonna quit this game because it's a pain in the butt.